Hello friends. Uh, Today I'm going to discuss the description and classification of vowels. As we know that vowels are the speech sounds which are produced when there is no obstacle created in the mouth cavity for the flow of air. Air that comes from the lungs enters the trachea and is released outside the mouth cavity and a speech sound is produced. So when there is no such obstacle or narrowing or a closure formed in the oral passage or for the passage of the air coming from the lungs and releasing outside the mouth cavity, that speech sound is known as a vowel, that much we know. And the other speech sounds that are produced when there is some kind of closure or narrowing taking place in the oral passage for the air flow coming from the lungs and going outside. So those speech sounds are known as the consonants. So out of the 44 speech sounds in English, 20 are known as the vowels and 24 are known as the consonants. For the time being, uh, this is the figure for the description and classification of the vowels. So let us try to, our main concern today is to give the three term labels for the 20 consonants. Three term labels are the labels or the titles given to the 20 vowels. We have to classify, we have to describe, and we have to do the job of naming. Okay, we have to give a name, a special name or a title or a label to each and every vowel, and that label consists of three terms. Okay, that's why this is known as a three term label. So for the vowels, the first label is given depending upon the position of the lips, whether the lips are rounded or unrounded. These are the two labels. Either a vowel is a rounded vowel depending upon the position of the lips, or it is an unrounded vowel depending upon the position of the lips. For example, the vowel oo, rounded, and the vowel a or e, they are the unrounded vowels depending upon the position of the lips. So this is the first label given according to the position of the lips. Depending upon that, the vowels are either rounded or unrounded. Now the second label is given depending upon the part of the tongue that is raised during the production of a particular vowel. Now this is the figure. IPA, International Phonetic Association, has designed this figure for the description and classification of the vowels. Now let us try to understand first this figure. Okay, now this is the tongue. For our convenience, here we have divided the tongue in three parts. Now this is the front part of the tongue, central part of the tongue, and back part of the tongue. So one label is given depending upon the part of the tongue that is raised during the production of a particular vowel. If the front part is raised or it is used, okay, that vowel is known as a front vowel. Here is the central part. If this part is raised or lowered or it moves, that vowel is known as a central vowel. In case this part is raised or lowered or used during the production of a particular vowel, the vowel is known as a back vowel. So depending upon the part of the tongue that is raised, that is moved. The vowels are front vowels, central vowels, or back vowels. The third level is given depending upon the height of the tongue. How high the tongue is raised during the production of a particular vowel. Okay. Now, how high? What is this height of the tongue? Now, in the mouth cavity. Now, imagine this is the mouth cavity. Okay. During within which this tongue is placed. Now, at this above this tongue, there is this upper jaw. Okay, and this is the palate. This is the hard palate, and this is the that is the soft palate. Okay, this is the teeth ridge. Now imagine this whole thing is the mouth cavity within which this tongue is placed. Okay, here imagine there are the lower teeth, the upper teeth, okay, and tongues and all those things. So this is the hard palate. And when the tongue is in the horizontal position, in the normal position, you can imagine when you are not speaking, the tongue lies in the horizontal position. Okay, and this position is known as the open position. Open position. The tongue is in the open position. Now, why we have to say that this is the open position? Because here, this is the height of the tongue. Okay. Now, the tongue can be raised to this height, higher to this height, and to the highest point. Now, what is the highest point? It is close to the near the palate. Okay, or near the upper part of the mouth cavity, near the roof of the mouth cavity. That's why it is known as the closed position. It is close to the upper part of the mouth cavity. That's why it is known as the closed position. Now this is closed, that's why this is open. Okay, now the tongue can raise to this side. Now let us say this is the half open position. Further, the tongue can be raised to this point. Let us say this is half closed because it is nearer to the closed position, and this is the ultimate height. It is the closed position. So these are the four heights when the tongue is lying horizontally in the normal position when we are not speaking, say. It is known as the open position. If it is raised somewhat higher, somewhat to a higher point, it is known as half open position. This is half closed, and this is the closed position. Okay. So one label out of these three labels is given depending upon the height of the tongue. If the tongue is in this position, it is known as the open vowel. If it is raised to this point, it is a half open vowel. If it is raised to this, it is half closed. If it is raised to this, it is a closed vowel. Right? So, these are the three labels. One is rounded or unrounded depending upon the position of the lips. The vowels are either rounded or unrounded. And the second label is given according to the part of the tongue that is raised. So, for the vowel, for the description and classification of the vowels, the tongue is divided into three parts. This is the front part, central part, and the back part. If this part of the tongue is raised or used, it's a front vowel. If this part is used, it's a central vowel. If that part is used, it's a back vowel. Okay, and the third level is given according to the height of the tongue, that is how high the tongue is raised during the production of a particular vowel. If the tongue is lying horizontally in the normal position, it is known as the open vowel. If it is raised to a higher point, it is half open. If it is raised further, it is known as half close, and this is the highest point. Okay, that is known as the closed position. Suppose a vowel is produced here and say the lips are unrounded. Then this vowel is unrounded front close vowel. Okay, this is how the three-term level is given for the vowels. So this is the description and classification of vowels, that is giving three-term levels to all the 20 vowels. In the next video, we will discuss the 23-term levels for 20 vowels. That is, we will give them separate names, individuality. Like we have a name, first name, then father's or husband's name, and then the surname. That is how the vowels are to be given names, labels. And since there are three terms depending upon number 1, position of the lips, number 2, which part of the tongue is raised, front, central or back, and number 3, how high the tongue is raised, that is whether it is in the open position, half open position, half closed position and closed position. Depending upon that, the third level is given. So this is how we do naming of the vowels. We allot them different names, different labels, and that is known as the three-term labels. Thank you.